Hello everyone. In this video I will be going over my thoughts on shooting the Holga 120 film camera. It's hard for me to remember how I first found out about the Holga. I was in high school taking film photography class and learned about a company called Lomography in an unrelated event. This quirky off-the-wall company had introduced me to a new kind of photography that I had never explored before, with their flagship camera and namesake device called the Lomo LCA, standing for Lomo Compact Automatic. This new to me method of taking pictures embraced a not so perfect way of capturing images on film. With many decades of traditional photography in pursuit of better, sharper images, Lomography had leaned into the more artistic, not so perfect, but oh so fun way of creating pictures. Though currently discontinued on the Lomography website, it was Lomo that at one time was selling the Holga 120 camera. As I began to research more about this curious black plastic beauty, I instantly became charmed on what the Holga was and had to offer. The Holga shoots medium format film, which is considered to be more professional than our beloved 35mm film, the image that comes to most people's mind when you mention film at all. The magic of the Holga to me is a blend of the wonky, plasticky lens and old school professional film. How she shoots is however she is feeling that day when it comes to light leaks and blurry images. If you accidentally leave your camera in bulb mode, that is. Stop. How my camera is feeling that day? Yes, Holga is known for her moody black and white images that look super good to a guy that's into skateboarding and no-wave music. I don't need everything to be perfect, just beautiful. I don't need to understand the words of music as long as they sound beautiful, like an echoing drone that somehow melds seamlessly with a guitar played through several effect pedals and now seems to be more like the wash of some forgotten ocean I dreamed of when I was a kid. You gotta let Holga do her thing. There's no use in demanding perfection from this artist, just a beautiful daydream open to interpretation in the eye of the beholder. Many Holgas come with a 645 mask, giving you 16 vertical images, but I much prefer the square format this camera natively shoots with a 6x6cm negative and produces 12 pictures per roll. While you get 3 times as many photographs on 35mm film, I have been completely captivated on shooting medium format film for its larger negative size, in theory producing more image space in which to record your pictures on. While you don't get as many pictures on a 120 roll of film as you do on 35mm, I have fallen in love with the larger image space and cameras that use this beloved film. Dinner tonight, dollar menu, right on. Holga isn't as much of a fine diner, more like a cheap date with a keen sense of satisfaction. And I mean, this is one of the cheapest medium format cameras you can get into. But this is where you find out you get what you pay for. No, not the cheap date side effects of an easy and fast meal. I mean how fast you will be burning through your cash buying film, developing and scanning nowadays. But we should be thankful 35mm and 120 are still around at all. I've heard of many people crying over their beloved instant peel apart film, which has been gone for some time now, and what is left is basically completely useless as instant film doesn't age as well as traditional film. At least we have the golden child that keeps this whole thing running smooth, handcrafted in the good old USA. That's right, I'm talking about Kodak film. Beautiful, wonderful, making me proud to be American, or at least we still make film. Yes, bro. Nothing's cheap about film these days, and that's kind of where the fun ends with Holga. Back then I was sold on this $60 camera and wasn't as expensive as it has become lately. But I'm not going to cry anymore on the price of participating of being a novice in a dying field. I'm glad that I'm still here and Holga gives me something no smartphone or digital camera could give me. Unexpectedly beautiful mistakes and surprises. You could say I'm Holga's ride or die guy. Whether I take a picture of a beautiful daydream or an image completely blown out with blurs, light leaks, and who knows what else on the exposure. But either way, I'm here for this. I've shot Holga off and on for the past couple of years, but these past 2 years have been more on than off. I guess that just comes with practice of actually shooting the camera. And of course, a couple $100 wasted in film, but I don't mind the price. It's a hobby, and at least I'm not spending my money on other stuff, like my college education. Holga isn't for everybody, and I wouldn't recommend Holga for beginners unless you're willing to spend a bunch of money on film and developing. But that's just film photography in general these days. At least with 35, you will get 3 times as many photographs to mess up than you will risking it all for this moody rider. I've come to understand Holga in several years of experimenting, and I know how to nurture her into taking pictures we both can be proud of. And I will say in my years of taking pictures, I have taken some of my absolute favorite photographs with this plastic, fantastic indie girl named Holga. This isn't a video meant to influence anybody to buy this camera, just a note to one of the biggest reasons why I still shoot film, despite all the trouble that goes with it. At the end of the day, if I were to give myself an award for taking any kind of photography, most of them would have been for taking pictures with this beautiful plastic lens. The kind of photography that would become part of the human being. Press a button and have the picture.